Hey, everybody, and welcome to another edition of the Front Row Friday Show.
Hey Jen, you're muted.
Okay, can you hear me now? Okay, great. Thank you, Nika. Okie dokie. So let's just jump right in. We are going to start with our social media updates, as we always do. And so Facebook has announced a new slate of free education sessions and awareness programs as part of National Black Business Month. The main focus of the new program is business education and support. And the webinars are all free, and they're going to have notes from Facebook's internal teams and expert insights and tips. So definitely worth taking advantage of. We put a link in the front row. If you're not already a member, join us at frontrowclassroom.com, my free online classroom. And if you're watching this on my business page, type in show notes down below, and our bot will send you the link to our deck and any of these links or resources that we discussed today, okay? Facebook has launched a new update for its Messenger chat plugin for websites, which lets people prompt a direct message for conversation whenever they come to your website. So all the websites, have some sort of chat feature these days. But what they did was they've made it so that it's a messenger, it's their messenger, capital N, their messenger thingy down in the corner. But when people use it, they don't have to log in with their identity, which isn't great for you because it has to happen real time, that conversation. So if you miss it, it's not like you can follow up with them when they leave your website. But if you have nothing there, this is very easy to add to your website. And we'll put a link to more details if you're interested in that in the show notes page. Also in Facebook news, if you're a fan of music videos, they're bringing official music videos to Facebook. It started this past weekend. You'll be able to discover, watch, and share music videos from your favorite artists all across Facebook. Speaking of music videos, I posted on my personal profile a video of Alanis Morissette singing with her little daughter on her hip on not Jimmy Fallon's late night show. And oh my gosh, I bet I've watched it 20 times. It's so good. I was never a Alanis Morissette fan, but this song is beautiful. And the way she interacts with her daughter during this video, like her little girl is like talking to her and taking her headphones on and off and, playing with her hair and chatty a little bit. And here she is singing like so beautifully and engaging with her daughter so sweetly. She never says like, shh, stop, I'm on the Tonight Show. It's just beautiful. You got to watch it. It's on my profile. Okay. Facebook launched the first video in a series that will provide insights into its video products. So specifically, this first video is all about Creator Studio. This is free. I put a link to the series again in the front row, but it's all about Creator Studio. If you haven't been there in a while, so that's on your Facebook business page. That's not on your Facebook profile. But if you go to Creator Studio and you haven't been there in a while, check it out because a lot has changed and they've added so many cool features over there. Have you noticed that Facebook has been prompting you to use hashtags again? And okay, so you may or may not see this when you go and do a post update. If you do, then do it. Like if you get prompted by Facebook to use a hashtag, use a hashtag. So you don't need to overthink it, right? Like as you're seeing here, you start typing in social media, then it's telling you, okay, just social media has 3.8 million posts. So, when we're talking about hashtag best practices, yes, that's a popular hashtag, But if someone's searching on that hashtag, your stuff is likely going to get lost in the mix. So maybe you want to scroll down and choose social media strategy if it's applicable, and there's only 134,000 posts on that. The important thing is that when you use a hashtag, I like to be as literal as possible. So it's a vegan taco recipe, use hashtag vegan taco because people will search for those. But more importantly, the reason I say do it is because what we've all learned is that when Facebook rolls something out or they're prompting you to do something, that means they want you to do something. And if you do it, they're going to reward you with more eyeballs on your stuff. The big news this week of all social media is that Reels just launched inside the app. And basically this is their copycat of TikTok. I have not had an opportunity to mess around with it because I just discovered that I had it this morning. I will be getting in there, and you should go in there as well and see if you have it. And I have watched other people. I mean, it looks like it's already taken off like wildfire because I'm seeing in my feed more people are using it and they're having fun with it. So we'll see how that goes. See if there's any comments or questions. Okie dokie. So Twitter has been surveying people about what you would be willing to pay for if they charged for it, like a subscription model. I thought this was really interesting. And anyway, there's the choices right there of the things that you could potentially pay for. I think this is go over like a lead balloon, but we'll see. Twitter announced also, and this is good news, that they're basically going to add these labels to government type accounts. But here's what's important. So if it's a government account, you can pretty much tell that it's a government account or a government official. That's not too hard to usually figure out. But they're also going to do this with state affiliated media, which is so important, right? Because there are so many like bad actors or people with ulterior motives. The Russian media looks like there's so many Russian publications that look like any other publication and it looks like a US publication, and yet it's not, and they definitely have an agenda. So it's going to be more transparent. They're also going to stop suggesting, you know how they have that suggested content, anything that is from a state affiliated media account. So I'm happy about this. Might be a little too late, but we shall see. YouTube Music is adding a new feature that'll let you play recommended music via Google Assistant. So just say, hey, Google, play recommended music from YouTube, and voila. They are expanding their capabilities with their assistant on smart displays to make it easier for families who are homeschooling their kids during the pandemic. Now, I don't use a Google device. I use, I almost unplugged her. I use Alexa, but either way, any kind of like, smart device that you have that can announce things. This gave me a great idea. I was like, because I looked at my school set, my 17-year-old schedule and my 11-year-old schedule. And I'm like, how am I going to keep up with this? But, and you're probably like, well, you don't, like your kids have to, but really like if they're at home, you have a bell ring at school that lets you know when to change classes. And this is going to take some getting used to. So I'm going to set up announcements through Lexi to go into their bedrooms, to go into the living room. That's like, now it's time for science, Scarlett, Zach, now it's time for chemistry, or something. And that's going to help me too, like feeling like they're not missing stuff. Okay. So yesterday, this was late in the day yesterday, or at least that's when I got the notification. The president issued executive orders that will ban TikTok and WeChat from operating in the United States in 45 days if they are not sold by their Chinese-owned parent companies. This is, I don't even know what to say. I mean, this is just unprecedented is too weak a word, and it's also so overused right now. It's unbelievable, and it's important. It's very important. Keep your eyes on this, whether you like TikTok or not. This is significant. And so my eyeballs are glued to my Twitter feed over this issue, and I yours should be too. And speaking of TikTok, they launched their first TV app called More on TikTok on Amazon Fire TV. And the app will have curated video playlists and compilations from the mobile TikTok app. It's also going to include interviews with creators along with other content that runs over the typical 1 minute limit of TikTok's mobile app. And I am really not surprised by this because, that they're able to jump platforms like this so that people can enjoy the content on the TV. I think that's kind of interesting. I think they can do it. I think this does make sense. I think it will translate, I guess is what I'm saying. Zoom added some silly filters, like as you can see in the image, and some more noise suppression options. So take a look for that. Look at that next time you log into Zoom. And Snapchat just added these fun little Bitmoji style animated stickers, but you'll notice like it's your actual head, right? Not that Bitmoji head. And before you change the channel right now, because you're like, Snapchat, who cares? I'm over 20 years old. You know what Snapchat is great for? Don't think of Snapchat as social media. Think of Snapchat as a camera and a content creation tool, because Snapchat, for as great as Instagram is and all the wonderful filters and fun tools and creation stuff happening there and on third-party apps, Snapchat is extraordinarily good at giving these just wonderfully entertaining, cool embellishments and features and stuff. So you can go over to Snapchat and create a cool piece of content, a video, add some stickers or whatever, download it, and then upload it to anywhere. You could stick it in an email. You could put it in your Instagram stories, your Facebook stories. You could put it on LinkedIn. You can put it anywhere, but just again, don't dismiss Snapchat. It's a wonderful, wonderful tool. And the other thing I want to say is that because so many of us are using we're using Facebook stories, we're using Instagram stories, and there really are just an infinite number of combinations in terms of how you can create something. That's true. A lot of us tend to use the same filters, the same backgrounds, the same little stickers. But at least people, us grownups, aren't using what's over on Snapchat. So if you do that and you export it into your Instagram or whatever, you're going to stand out because people are going to be like, oh, where'd you get that? I don't see that one in my choices. All right, and so now it's time to talk about the suggestions that were shared on every Tuesday in the front row. People share their favorite tools, apps, and plugins that make their life easier, help them run their business more efficiently. And it's one of my favorite days of the week. And so we're going to start with Mary. Mary recommended pond5.com for free and paid video assets for projects. The videos are also reasonably priced for use in paid projects, she said. So this is great. Love to add another resource for stock video. And that stuff is just getting better and better. So you guys bookmark that. That's Pond5. Is it pond5.com? Yes, pond5.com. And thank you, Mary, for submitting that. And Rolga, is telling us about Singular.live. She says, video graphic overlays galore. You can create them if you're techie, or they have whole libraries of ready-made overlays that you can customize for free. They can be automated, allowing us to create an entire show that will run the overlays automatically. So I haven't had a chance to dig into this, but Rolga, you guys, is Rolga didn't start out as a live video expert, but she has every bit become really one of the most well-informed live streaming experts out there. So make sure you follow Rolga, and because she'll go live with these great tips and stuff like that. So go check out Rolga. And my guess is she's probably done a demo of this, or we could see her using this in action. You know what? I'm not gonna actually open up that tab, because all I was gonna do is go to the website and show you their video of their videos. But you could do that. You could do that on your own. Kat recommended IPICI, and she says, still loving this for simple photo and image editing, especially resize, crop, and simple overlays. So, yep, I know you're using Canva and PicMonkey and all the others, but it's really nice to have lots of these in your toolbox, because, you know, some of these just have a little, you know, little things that the other ones don't have. So it's free. So go ahead and check out IPICI. Thank you for that, Kat. And Perna loves Recur Post, as do we at Jen Lehner Media. So this is like Hootsuite. I always say Hootsuite, but is Hootsuite even a thing anymore? I don't know. Like Meet Edgar or any of the aggregators, the schedulers that allow you to organize all your social media account posting and post it to the right place at the right time across multiple channels. They're affordable and reliable, and we really like Recur Post. And then we have got, this was submitted by Karen. Karen, thank you very much. It's called the BubbleUp app. So you have to download this on your app from the App Store. And she said you could save links, search strings, images, documents, and more. And the interface looks really nice. So check that out. And now is when we're going to dive into our book share. So on Thursday in the front row, this is a smart group of people, and people read, whether they're listening to their audiobooks or they're, you know, picking up the hardback or the paperback, but people read because that's what it means to be a front row person, right? Like, how are you going to be on the front row if you don't read and you don't grow your mind? That's part of it. So I'm really happy to be in the company of all these smart people. So Mary is telling us about thyroid healing, medical medium, thyroid healing, the truth behind Hashimoto's, Graves, insomnia, hypothyroidism, thyroid modules. I almost said noodles because I can't see. Modules and Epstein-Barr by Anthony William. So if you struggle with any of those, maybe you want to take a look at that. Moni said, after Jen's podcast with Greg McKeown, I broke down and started Essentialism. I was totally mind blown by page 7, and I started journaling it. I'm so glad. This is by far the most recommended book in my world of any other professional development book, even like 4-Hour Work Week, all of those. This is the one that gets recommended over and over again, which is why I invited Greg onto my podcast. If you haven't listened to that, it was a little uncomfortable for me. He put me in a really kind of vulnerable position, but I just went with it. And he just exceeded all my expectations. He's such a lovely person, but the book is one of those that you pick up at least once every year, maybe 2 or 3 times a year to read again. I like to listen to it. He has a very pleasant voice. And then Jonathan recommended Building a Story Brand. This is another one of the books. And actually in my accelerator program, I've always made this required reading for the participants because it's just really one of the most important marketing business books even in the last 10 years. And it's very simple to read. It's very well written. And if you're having any kind of issues getting your arms around your messaging, even building your website and growing your audience, start here with this book. You won't regret it. Go out of your way to make time to read that book. Beth recommends How to Do Nothing. That sounds so good, by Jenny Odell. It is less about actually doing nothing and more about deeply paying attention. Love that. Thank you, Beth. I will check it out. Nyota is recommending Big Magic, Creative Living Beyond Fear by Elizabeth Gilbert. She said, I love how she writes about inspiration and creativity as a character/person to be embraced. And I haven't read it yet, so I'm definitely going to add that one to my list. Rebecca Camarina recommended The Gifts of Imperfection by Brene Brown. So what does the subtitle say there? I can't read it, but The Gifts of Imperfection. Wonderful, because I'm imperfect and so are you. So let's check it out. And Shauna Angel Blue recommends Harley and Me, A Life of Risk and Authenticity on the Road by Bernadette Murphy. It says, with scientific research and journalistic interviews weaving through a page-turning road trip narrative, Harley and Me is a compelling look at how one woman changed her life and found deeper meaning out on the open road. That looks inspiring. Thanks, Shauna. And 10-Minute Fix by Catherine Greer. This is a great title. This is a kind of title that really speaks to me. I love a 10-minute fix, empire in a weekend, whatever. I have my own course, my little course, build your online course in 48 hours. I mean, I just love that kind of 100 simple ways to feel better now. So that was recommended by Karen Philo. Thank you so much for that. And Nika, we're going to talk about it because it's there. It's just hidden about you not being able to see Instagram reels. I think it was always there for me, and I just figured out why I didn't see it. And so I'll connect my phone and show you real quick. And then this was recommended last week and this week by Carrie Green. This was submitted by, I can't see my screen, Susan. Thank you, Susan. It's turn your ideas into reality and become a wildly successful entrepreneur. Okay, who doesn't want to be wildly successful? Thank you for that. And then this was recommended by Frida. And whoopsie, it says it's quiet. The power of introverts in a world that can't stop talking. I've heard great things about this book. Thank you for that. And new podcast episode dropped this week. It is 11 ways to automate your business. You know what? If you've listened to this episode, let me know if I'm right, but I think I only mentioned 10 ways. I had written down 11 ways, but I think I only give you 10 ways, but whatever, listen and see. This is just a short and sweet episode where I share 11 or 10 ways that might help you to automate your business. And if you're not subscribed to that, it's called the Front Row Entrepreneur Podcast. Would love it if you would leave me a review. Reviews are really important for podcasts, and I never ask for them. I need to do a better job. So if you're here right now, would you please just jot down a note to go and do that for me today? I would really appreciate it. Okay. And also enrollment is open in Front Row VIP. That is our membership community, private membership community, full of trainings all about business development, online marketing in general. We have guest experts who come at least once a month, sometimes more. And in fact, Nika Stewart honored us with her wonderful TikTok / video creation training yesterday. Very well received. It was super. Everybody loved it. And Patty Lennon is coming with her aligned sales workshop on Tuesday, August the 11th. She's going to be giving us a step-by-step system to structure sales calls so that they feel natural. The one thing your ideal client really wants to hear you say on a sales call to be ready to work with you, and what to do before you even get on a sales call to increase your rate of success by 40% and ensure that you aren't wasting your time with people who are not your ideal clients. We also have a fabulous networking community, a community of entrepreneurs who support each other each and every day. And we have 2 in-depth coaching calls where I go deep into your business. You submit your question in advance that you need help with. And if I don't know the answer, I will track it down for you. And we'll talk strategy about your business on this live call that happens twice a month. So if you want to join us, just go to frontrowvip.com. And then lastly, we just launched, or we're about to launch, the Solopreneur to CEO Secrets. Those of you who have taken Front Row CEO don't need to sign up for this unless you just want a refresher. But this is all about how to scale your business and reclaim your sanity. So it's a free video series. So make sure you sign up at CEO Secrets with an S training.com. And that is it for the Front Row Friday show. But I just want to check in with you guys, and I want to show Nika that thing, show you where I see reels, or talk you through it. Okay. Well, thank you for that. Okay. So let's just talk through it. Everybody pick up your phone. Okay, go to Instagram, go to the camera where you would normally do like your stories up in the top left near the Instagram logo. And at the very bottom, right down here, it'll say Reels, Story, and Live. Okay? And that is where Reels are. Because when you go to somebody else's story, you see the little Reels icon up at the top where you see like the grid and the IGTV and the whatever. And that's what I was looking for on my own profile. I'm going to just see if that's changed. Oh, no, but it will change once you make a reel. That's what it is. You can't have that there. I bet you as soon as I make my first reel, that icon will be there. Hi, Alfredo. Yes, Nika saw it there. That's where it was hiding. Woo, woo. I know. I feel like an idiot because I was just wailing about, I was just like, I don't want reels. I don't have reels. And I think it was there all the time. Okay. And thank you for that, Nancy. And any questions? I'm just going through. Oh, your other accounts have it right at the top. Very interesting. Okay, so then I don't feel that dumb then because they're just confusing us. Okay, that's it. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. I hope you have a safe, relaxing, stress-free weekend. And don't forget to join our free online classroom, the Front Row, at frontrowclassroom.com. If you aren't already a member, there are lots of seats available. And the best thing is all the seats are front row seats.